Hey Maria, all good? It was good. I love making homemade pizza. I do it in the air fryer too. It takes like 8 minutes. So it's good. I enjoyed it. Sometimes it's better than regular pizza you get at the store. Well, the restaurant. I use like the round panini breads. Then I put some sauce on it and then put all the ingredients on it, and that's it. It's easy, fast, and good. Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's a nice, easy, um, meal. Takes 5 minutes to prep, and then 8 minutes in the fry and the air fryer, and bang, good to go. I put mushrooms, pepperoni, some green olives, and some bacon bits on it, and some cheese, and that's what I put on it. It was good. I should have put some onions on there, but I couldn't be bothered to chop them up. What did you have for dinner? Anything exciting? I don't even know what the heck I'm going to eat tomorrow. I have no idea. My mom said it millions of times when we were younger. Like, I don't know what the hell to make. This person don't like this. You don't like that. This person likes this. So she used to buy like a loaf of bread and cheese and said, whoever doesn't like this, you can eat cheese sandwiches. And I was like, damn. I was like, all right, mom, no problem. I'll eat a cheese sandwich because I ain't eating that shit. She used to make some stuff that I never liked. And it was just, to me, it was gross. But she made, majority of the things she made, I ate. But there was some things I was like, yeah. But a lot of people, like in my family, don't eat things like with a bun because they think they're special or something. But I love anything that, you know, meat like on a bun and stuff like that. I don't mind. It doesn't bother me. But some of my family members are like, nah, I ain't eating this shit. I'm like, more for me. Like I like T-bone steaks and pork chops, ribs, chicken. I don't mind. I'll eat it. You had a ham sandwich? Yeah, I eat ham sandwiches. That sounds good. Sometimes we get like a little ham and we make it, and then we use the leftovers to put sandwiches in, or I make ham and cheese omelets the next day. I can eat all that. The only thing I don't really eat is like lamb. I ain't eating no damn lamb. But I'll eat like ham, pork, steak, pork chops, ribs. I'll eat things like that. I'll eat chicken all the time. definitely. Fish, but I ain't eating no damn lamb and no goats. No lambs, no goats, and none of that shit. No deers and all that bullshit. I ain't eating that shit. Hell no. Oh no. Oh no. The Jamaicans here eat curry goat and curry lamb and all that shit. I don't eat that stuff. All right, you said how's work looking this week for you? Weird energies like always. Yep. Tell me about it. Well, overall, work will be good, like for making money and working hard, progress. Like as far as like work itself, it will be fine. But there is a man there that is sad, in trouble. He's restrained from doing too many things, or like he's like trying to achieve things, but nothing's really happening. This person's very disappointed, and they're not really they make plans, and then like the plans don't come through. Yeah, it's probably Jonathan because that's the energy here. So it looks like he's still in some problems and still in some situations there. He might not like speak too much to you, but he's trying to recover what he's lost at work. So I don't know if that's you or like maybe like just the way he wants to recover like his finances, or maybe like what he does at the job, he's messing up something so he has to recover it. Like yeah, I get that. I get that he does like he knows you're there. I feel like he wants to like because I got the four swords in reverse, and that means like being more active but being cautious at the same time, and trying to like maybe he wants to recover at least a friendship or recover like just talking to you. So it's weird because it looks like that might happen this week where he tries to attempt to talk to you, at least say something to you. But that's just his energy against yours. But I mean it's possible, but I don't know. Like I feel like he wants to talk to you, but he won't. But overall, work will be positive. Like you'll get work done and things like that. Like whatever your goal is this week, it'll happen for you. Because I got the seven of pentacles at the very end there. Yeah, I'll check for you. Mhm. Yeah, see, it's like he wants to get, he wants to talk to you, and he wants to like pretty much his hello, none your business. How you doing? Okay, yeah, I got it. I got it here. Thanks. So what I would say, Maria, is like he still feels like he doesn't have enough money and he doesn't have like his life in order. He feels like he fucked up big time with you, and he feels like he feels like if he talks to you, there's gonna be conflict or there's gonna be like some misunderstandings, and he feels like he would have to like completely disconnect from everyone in order to talk to you. Like if he were to talk to you, or if he were to feel something for you, like he feels like he wants to like say something to you, and he wants you to understand what he's been through and give him sympathy and shit like that. But he has to like really, he knows that in order to have to be with you 100%, he would have to cut off all his ties with people at the job, treat people differently because of, what happened in the past. But he's too insecure. He won't, it looks like he won't make that happen. Like he imagines things and he has like, sometimes he gets that willpower to make it happen, and then he'll be like, "Nah, I better not," because she might tell me go fuck myself or something. Like he fears that you're gonna start conflict with him or tell him about, like, tell you about himself. But he does feel like talking to you, but he knows that you ain't playing, like you ain't giving in to him. You know what I mean? So he wants to like reach out to you, but he fears that you're going to like tell him get lost or I ain't hearing it. Or if you're gonna speak to me, come correct. Or if you want more than that, then how the heck is this gonna happen? So that's what I would say is going on. Like he wants to talk to you, but he thinks it's gonna be like a shit show. Honestly, like his energy is always like this. Like he's that type of guy who looks like whatever he earns, he spends. Like he doesn't have extra. He doesn't save for that rainy day. Like he might live amongst his means, or he's got too much bills to pay. And that's like making him more sad than ever and more mad than ever. So what's up, KP? Yeah, he has bills and he's like he feels like a lower quality. Like if he were to talk to you, yeah, if he were to talk to you, like he wouldn't be able to lie to you like maybe he did before because he knows that you already know what he's about. But he wants to like at least speak to you. But whether or not he does that, that's up to him. He also races. Oh well. You're welcome, Maria. No problem. But yeah, he's got the same energy, like bullshitting, like acting like wants something, but then he knows he can't handle it. He knows he's not about that life. Johnny Boy is still the same. He ain't gonna learn. All right. All right. None your biz. You said, will Steve contact you again? And his real feelings, if any, towards you. All right, let's check. All right. Mm, I mean, there's a possible contact, maybe a text or something. If any contact at all, there might be a text, but it'll happen in the next 7 days because I'm getting seven here. So in the next 7 days, it's possible to get a text message from him or some type of communication. But he feels like you are. Um, he feels like if he does, that you're not going to be fair and like text him back, or you might be like, who is, I don't really want to deal with this guy. Like he might be scared to text you because he might sense like he might get rejected or something. So that could be it, but there is a possibility, I would say, that he can contact you in the next 7 days, but it might be a text, not a phone call or something. As far as like feelings for you, I would say that also is something that I think that he respects. I think that he respects you and he thinks that you're smart. But as far as like any type of like love feelings or sexual feelings or any type of feelings like that, I'm not getting that. But he looks at you as somebody who might have a good job, somebody who is smart, somebody that he feels that is a good person. But as far as like feelings, I would say not really. I don't get like a love feeling or like anything else like that. Honestly, I get like this person like may look at you and say, I don't know if I can handle this person, or I don't know if I can really get with this person, or I don't think she would give me the time of day. Even if she did, I don't know how I would go about it. Like they might fear, they think certain things about you that might not be, you know, what you want. Right. I don't that's probably why he feels that way. If you tell him you don't feel the heat between you, then how is he gonna feel anything for you? He's like more scared about you. Yeah. That's probably why. But that's what it is. He's scared to like deal with you because he thinks you're gonna reject him. Or you're gonna be like, whatever, loser. That type of vibe. That's what I'm getting in the cards. Like he's probably not gonna do that. Yeah. That's what I get. He thinks you might be too smart for him, or you might be intimidated of how you are, what you do for a living, things like that. Yeah. You can ask another question with your super chat because you gave me a donation for 2 questions on the PayPal, and if you want to ask another one, you can ask one for through your super chat if you want. It's up to you. You're welcome. Hey Maria, how you doing, darling? You good? Yeah, I'm all right. I caught him out on the third party. Did he sleep with your cousin? All right. Yeah, my day was good. I went swimming again today, so it was nice. All right, let me see. Yeah, I'm getting a definite yes with that. Yeah, he definitely slept with your cousin. I got the woman here. If he works with her, then I would say that he definitely did. Um, if they work together, I would say yes, and I would say yes anyway because I see, but it could be like through a work situation or no. He might know her through a work situation or vice versa. Like she might know him through work, or they might have like did it at work, or they met through a work situation. Could be that. But I would say yes because I got a definite yes that he did. Uh, yeah, yeah, the coworker. Yeah. So I would say it's something to do with work for sure. So yeah, I would say yes, he did sleep with the cousin. Yeah, yeah. I actually got 2 women here. It could be your cousin and another woman that he slept with through work related situations. So it looks like he's He's a little likes hoeing around. He likes his cake and eat it too. You're welcome. No problem, and thank you. He's a swinger. Okay, well that explains it. That's why I saw more than one person there. Yeah. He be swinging them STDs around. You too. Have a great night. Thanks. Marie said you're good, just relaxing. Walter says he misses you. Yeah, I told you he was gonna get you a gift. He's gonna wrap his D up in a bow when he comes back. Comes back tomorrow. Okay, good. That's good. Yeah, always good though. I had a good day overall. It was nice. I went swimming. Got to work out in the pool for a bit. I told you give me 24 hours break and you don't want to do it, do you? See? You can never withhold up your promise. You just have to do it, don't you? Maybe it's been 24 hours. Yeah, see, look, 25 hours. I'm gonna start saying 48 fucking hours. I can't win with you. Maria's a nun? No, she ain't. She'll never be a nun. How you doing, Tanya? Hope you feel good. All right. Let me see. Tomorrow night I'm gonna feel good at the beach. Cool. Beach time. Oh, that's what you do. See, you bug people. See, that's why he's away. Yeah, he must be like, this damn woman, I'm so glad I'm away. This woman aggravates the shit out of me. That's why I ain't got no damn girlfriend. Any woman ain't drive me no damn nuts. You drive me nuts. Hell no. He probably be like, this damn woman, no, leave me alone. Don't worry, Walter. I feel the same way, bro. I feel the same way between me and Walter. This woman would drive a person to their grave. Tanya said I have 4 days off. Thursday's a holiday in the state. Friday, cheap room near the beach. Oh, nice. Have fun. You gotta take some videos and pictures. Well, yeah, it's possible. Try not to be. At least go in the water so you can feel better. Yeah, that's true. If you can get in the actual water and stay in there and be safe, that'd be nice. That way you can put your body through that soap. You have an MRI tomorrow. Nah, you got a brain. It's cool. I've seen worse, so you're okay. All right, Maria, just like I thought, and you admitted it. See, I got the woman aggravation card here. So stop aggravating that damn man. Leave him alone. Let him do his job. Let him be with his coworkers, right? Because he thinks you're a little bit too excessive and too like, too much sometimes. And you're gonna cause delays or you're gonna cause, him to like be like, leave me alone, damn it. You know? So that card comes up here of, him not wanting to be aggravated or him not wanting to be like, answering the calls and things like that. But overall, he's going to be very kind and compassionate. He means well. He's going to tell you some of his ideas of what he's been dealing with, tell you about his friends. But he's not going to make any effort until he comes back. So from now until tomorrow, he might not make that much effort to deal with you or talk to you too much. Because he would have to like sacrifice a lot of his times because he's like this is his last day before he comes back. So you might not hear from him until he actually gets back because of him like being with his workers and his friends. But when he gets back, he's gonna invite you to do something. He's gonna possibly give you a gift and he's gonna ask you to do something because he hasn't seen you in a couple of days. So he will invite you to get together and he will invite you to do something. I got the Knight of Cups here, and that tells me that he's gonna have that when he gets back, he's gonna invite you to see him or him to see you somewhere, and you guys might go out and have some fun. So, so I do see when he gets back, he definitely wants to see you and invite you to do something. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, don't be excessive. Like, don't nag him or anything. Like, see how you called him and he didn't answer. He's probably like, this damn woman. I didn't tell her to call me. He reminds me of me when I'm dealing with you. See, he's gonna be like, this damn woman want to ask me another damn question. Well, it doesn't show me being upset. It doesn't show him upset. It just shows him like not making an effort to call you back anytime soon because he's dealing with all his work stuff and his friends. Well, his workers, I mean. So he thinks you're gonna get upset because he didn't answer, which probably you'd be like that. He just thinks that you sometimes are too much because that Three of Cups reverse is a woman that does a little too much, and he's like, probably shaking his head. Probably this damn woman wants some D, or she's aggravating me. Don't worry, Walter. If I ever meet you one day, bro, I would definitely tell you. I feel your pain. But look, he might not make an effort to call you back today or talk to you too much, but he might just deal with you tomorrow. Right. That's what I'm saying. Hey Lynn, how are you, sweetheart? You good? That's what I'm saying. he might not message you back or call you back for a while because he's dealing with all his stuff, and then he's got to come back tomorrow. So you might not hear from him again tonight. If you do, it might be brief, or it might just be like a little something. You just relaxing? Sounds good. Yeah, yeah. You not lie to me. I know you are. You be at that you be sleeping like this, and you be like, message Walter, message Walter. Oh shit! No, I'm dreaming. Never mind. And you check your phone. You're like, no, he didn't message me back. Mark was right. He must be aggravated with my ass. And then he'd be like, this damn woman aggravates me so much. I ain't got no time for this shit. I'm gonna sleep. Meanwhile, that mofo will be asleep. He'll wake up in the morning. He'll be like, oh, she didn't message me. She must be mad at me. You be giving that poor guy a fucking heart attack. That man probably don't even get no sleep worrying about your ass all the time. I'm just teasing Maria. You know I'm teasing. But yeah, he might be too busy to text you back. But looks like he might do. Yeah, he'll message you back in the next 2 to 3 hours. I got yes, he'll message you. He wants to make sure that coochie's secure when he gets back. So I would say in 2 to 3 hours he'll message you. He's got to make sure he lines up the D for tomorrow or the next day. Yeah. He's got to make sure. You're welcome. Dan the man, how you doing, brother? What's the verdict? I'm sure. At the same time, you must be like, thank God I'm away. I ain't got to deal with none of these damn men. Hey, well, there you go, Tanya. Sometimes, it happens that way. You had a busy day today. Got her back from the dentist already. Okay, good. Cool. That's good. At least everybody's okay. Yeah, I'm good. I went to the pool. I went to the pool and swam for like an hour today. Did some stretching in the pool, hung out, washed some clothes, did some work. Came on here earlier. Made a homemade pizza today for my dinner. Watched a lot of TikTok videos and laughed. I don't know if you guys have seen that AI gorilla videos on TikTok. That shit's funny as hell. If you guys get a chance, go watch that shit. It was funny as heck. It's Bigfoot, not a gorilla. It's like Bigfoot. Looks like a gorilla. If you need a good laugh, go watch that. It's on YouTube too. Maybe you should watch it. You'd be happy to see it. It will remind you, of some good times. It's funny as shit. If it, I'm actually subscribed to the thing on here on YouTube, but they don't have much videos on TikTok. It's got way more. You'll be fine, Tanya. Stupid thing's making all this damn noise. What the fuck is it doing? I couldn't tell you last time I had an MRI. I don't even know what that shit consists of. Thank God. Hey, thanks. I want to stay far away from the hospital as possible. I hated going there back in April just to visit my dad. Hell no. I beg God every day to never put me in the hospital. Give me everything else but that. I can't stand hospitals. No, no. Keep me away. That's one thing I beg every day. Stay away from that fucking place. A lot of people need MRIs to see if they have a brain in their skull. That's for sure. There's a lot of people that don't have one, or at least if they have one, they don't use it. That's for sure. Definitely don't use it. Well, let me know if you have one. That'll be good. That way I can pick it. I can pick your brain. Huh. I know my brain works. It's always thinking. I'm always thinking of something. I got to think of more positive things and not negative things. I gotta stay positive. I can't put my mind in the gutter or keep my mind on certain things. I gotta make sure I stay positive as can be and trust the process. This is every day, Lynn. Every single day we talk shit and have fun in here. It's never a dull moment. Even when like we're trying to be serious, somebody will crack a joke anyway. Something will happen. If it ain't me, it'll be somebody else. That's for sure. We try to stay as positive as can be. Yeah, I don't blame you, Tanya. I would too. That's why I rewarded myself today. I went to the pool. I stayed in there for 1 hour. I have like a clock on the wall underneath the porch, and I time myself. I went in the pool like right before 4 o'clock, and I left right at 5 o'clock. So I was in there for a whole hour, And what I do is I do some stretches and exercise in there, and I kind of like I grab onto like a small beach ball we have in there, like a basketball thing, and I hold on to it and I flap my legs, and sometimes I sit on it and I float on it and I paddle my legs like I'm riding a bike. I do various exercises in the pool. I feel much better too. The past 4 days, I've done it for like almost an hour each time. Today I did an hour, but the last couple of days I did half an hour. But today I did a whole hour of swimming, stretching. Like I'll swim for like 5 minutes, I'll stretch for 5 minutes, then I'll like um, hold on to like the ball and float, and do like other like kick my feet or something like that, or paddle or whatever, or act like I'm riding a bike in the water. I do all sorts of shit in there, trying to make my legs and my back feel better, and it's definitely working. So it was nice to be in there. The water's nice and warm, so it was good. Hopefully, I'll be in there again tomorrow. Try not to overdo it, but I'll probably swim around tomorrow, I guess. So I don't want to stretch too much and f things up. Yeah, that's one thing that we don't do in here. I mean, we joke around with each other as long as it's not offensive. I always say that, which we have a good thing. Not no one in here really is like. I mean, between you and I, Dan, if they can handle us, they can handle anybody. I believe you and I talk the craziest shit in here together. So I'm sure with all our both our sarcasms and nobody really left, or nobody's really complaining about us, so we'll be okay. Besides Annie calling me mean, you know, we're okay. Mean is not that bad. Yeah, yeah. I try to be. I try to be tough love. I can't be too nice. Too nice ain't can get you nowhere. Hey, Mystical, how you doing? Awesome. Sounds good. Me, I'm awesomely too. That's a good word for it. I'm awesomely. Oh, really? That's crazy. Oh yeah, Tanya, that's every day for me. Shit. If I didn't get teased, life wouldn't be right. You had to deal with the chick's friends that you blocked 2 days ago. Oh, great. So she sent her goons. Yeah. Some people don't want to hear it, man. They don't want. They just love bullshit. Just like what we went through yesterday. You know, we were talking about that shit today. How people have like mod power, and some people abuse it and some people use it kindly, but people just take offense to anything. They're too sensitive. There's a lot of overly sensitive people in this. She said, "What even helps you sleep at night?" You should have told her what I always say to everybody. What helps me sleep at night is I don't have to deal with you. You should say I love you when you sleep. That's what you gotta tell her. Whatever helps you sleep at night. That's a dumbass thing to say anyway. See, people never admit their faults or never admit that they done something wrong. That'd be like too right. A lot of people they just don't want to say the right thing or they don't want to admit their faults. Oh yeah, definitely mystical. Drama is people's middle name. That's all they want is drama. They live off of it. They live for that shit. Of course, she's just trying to piss you off, Dan. That's all. You're not allowed to talk to other women and associate with other women. You know, it's a crime. You know, but they can do it though. You know, that was part one. Uh, I would have banned her ass too. I would have blocked her ass too. I wouldn't even allow people to talk no shit to me like that. I'd be like, "Yo, your son and so's friend, look, go hang out with her. I block your ass too. Now that you're both blocked, and go hang out somewhere else." I wouldn't even put up with that shit, bro. As soon as you start running her mouth, goodbye. I wouldn't even give that shit my energy. You guys are too kind. See me, I'll get rid of them one time. That's why you don't see nobody in here talking no shit to me. Because they'll be gone within 2 seconds. I'm going to read what they say. I'm going to diss them, roast them, and then I'm going to block them. Before they even have a chance to type back, I'm going to block their ass. They can talk to the wall. That's how you get them pissed. I see I got all these people in my room. You guys can talk, you know. I know why you guys like staring at me. You're more than welcome to join the chat. That's what it's for. And I kind of think it's weird just looking at me and listening to me. Yeah, that usually happens. People just want to see. I mean, you know, this is why I keep saying that I wish that everybody in your room you knew who was in your room, like Instagram and like TikTok and like other, um, other apps and sites. But here, there can be like 100 people in here just watching you, and you don't know who they are, and it's annoying. It's like if you're in somebody's room, why are you staring at them and listening to them? Just talk, say hello at least. Because if not, then what are you really doing here? Watching me for what? Talk, man. I never go in someone's room and just stare at them and just watch them all day or watch them for like a couple minutes. I'm gonna say, "Hey, how you doing?" See, as soon as I said that, they all left. See, so instead of leaving, just say hello. But I have to call you out? People don't make no fucking sense. Like, what are you staring at? Like, what are you listening to? Like, what the fuck is you? What are you doing in here? Weird ass people, man. Like, just say hello at least, and then you can hang out. I don't mind. I know you're here. Or if you want to join the conversation or make a conversation or ask me something, go right ahead. And sit there and stare at me all day. This ain't no fucking modeling show or like, let's stare at Mark all night. Or it must be some of you guys stalkers in here. Then you bring these stalkers around here. They must have heard that all the women was in here. All the good women's in Mark's room. That's why they're here. It's not their fault. Yeah, you have groupies. Yeah, that's what it is, Dan. I figured it out. Hey, that's all it takes, is somebody like see you in one room and they'll be like, "Yo, let me go see what they do in this room," and then they just like stalk you and just see what you're doing. A friend of mine, I spoke to my friend today. I haven't spoke to her in a while, and I was telling her that I saw one of our mutual idiot friends, former friends, asking dumb shit in the chat room and saying stuff, and this person's still the same person they was years ago. And I said, I just don't understand these people. And I'm like, you're in here worrying about somebody that you're not even going out with. You're worrying if that person's gonna be lasting with the new person. Like, are you really like that? Like fixated on people's lives that much that you don't even have time for your own? My advice to a lot of people is stop worrying about what's going to happen and live your life. Don't worry about another person who you was with or who you want to be with and don't want you. Don't wish nothing bad on the person that left you, because God did you a favor by that person leaving you, right? If you left somebody, then why worry about what they're doing? Who cares? Leave them alone. They're no longer with you. You shouldn't be worrying about them no more. Live your life. Who cares what they're doing? Now, if you randomly hear a mutual friend say, hey, so and so did this or so and so is doing that, you can take it in and say, okay, yeah, whatever, cool. But why you gotta go online and ask a psychic about, if this person did this and this person did that? Are they gonna be, you know, lasting with this person, or are they gonna come back to me? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Some of these people be delusional as fuck. I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know. I don't know why people would want somebody back that left you or dissed you or is with somebody else. I don't want nobody back like that. You bye, smell you later. Smell you never. Yeah, there you go, Tanya. If that's the case, at least, you know, her math is pretty good, yeah. And after tomorrow, when the MRI says that she has a brain, then she might use it to help her with her, her math. See, she just needs the confirmation. That's all she needs. So after tomorrow, she's gonna figure it out. Everybody came back in. They went to go get a. They went on a cigarette break, or they went to go get a drink. See, everybody's back in here now. They wanted to say hi. Hi, guys. Don't be shy. Say hello to Marky. I don't bite. I don't bite on Tuesdays, just on Wednesdays, so don't come tomorrow. Yeah. You're more than welcome to say hello. It's nice to say hello when you enter in somebody's, chat or room. You know, you can say hello. It's okay. And here we go. Here's Maria's final words before she gets her beauty sleep for Walter. All right, Maria. It's good seeing you. Hope you have a good day tomorrow and a nice sleep. I sleep better now because I dream about someone too. You know how you go sleep and you think about Walter? I go to sleep and I think about somebody too. I just think of a random person that I wanna wish that was in my bed, and I just think about her. That's what I do now. I imagine things and then I go sleep faster because my brain's like this damn woman ain't here. Mark, go to sleep. Yeah, somebody with D cups would be okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sure people do that too. You see somebody like you like or something, you're like, damn, I wish I was with her. Let me dream. Let me think. Let me imagine that she's here right now in my bed. And I'll just think to myself, yeah, so and so is here. I'll just go like this to myself. Oh yes, how you doing, sweetheart? Meanwhile, I'll wake up and be like, fuck, nobody's here. Shit, never mind. My dog's over here snoring. She sleeps by herself, and she probably dreams about food every day or chasing a cat or something. But I would love to know what she dreams of. She might be dreaming of me because she's around me all day. Where did Mark go? No. Hey, we have to, man. We have to have what do you call it? Uh, Shit, I had the word. We have to have an imagination. It's okay to have an imaginary person in your bed with you when you go to sleep. It's like Tanya when she turns on the 55-inch in her bed, in her bedroom, and she sees me. She probably goes to sleep and then thinks that I'm there with her still. And then she's like, no, no, Marky's not here. Let me go to sleep. See? Okay. See, at least she admits it, which is okay. She can dream about it. It's fine. If it makes her go sleep better at night, then fine. That's why I do it too. I always dream about somebody. Usually when we go sleep, we think about something or we're thinking about a situation. And I swear, there's a lot of times that I go to sleep and I'm like, oh, it's so nice to have my bed all to myself. I ain't gotta listen to nobody. I ain't gotta smell nobody. Oh yeah, I'm gonna sleep. Oh, it's so nice. Just me and my pillow. I didn't make it to geometry. I made it to algebra and trigonometry. But then I was like, hell no. And I went back to general math because that's all I really needed. I don't know anybody that tells me, oh, I use algebra for my job. I use trigonometry for my job. I probably don't know anybody that's smart, or I wouldn't call them smart, but I don't know anybody that has a job that they use those math things. I don't even know what they use that for, to be honest. 'Cause I always looked at algebra and geometry and trigonometry or whatever, ometry, upper tree, whatever. I never really adapted myself to those type of things. When I was in school, I stayed far away from all that shit. If I was seeing triangles and all sorts of shapes and shit, I was like, this make no damn sense. All I want to know is one plus one, two plus two. Two times this times that. I don't need to know nothing else. All I want is basic math because I'm never going to use algebra in my life, and I was right. See? And I never used trigonometry in my life. So why you making me learn some bullshit that I don't need? Yeah, see? There you go. And I don't do either or. I paint roofs, and if I use carpentry, if I do carpet laying, all I got to do is measure once and, measure twice and cut once. That's it. I don't do that shit anyway. I need that for the algebra people. But see, I don't do those things. Even like science, biology. Biology is probably one of the most useless subjects in the world to me. Like for what I do, I I don't like use biology. I'm not. When I was in school and I was in grade 10, I had 2 more years left before I graduated, and I said, "Fuck this." And then when I was in biology, they tried to get me to dissect a starfish, a cat, and a frog, and I said, "No, no, and hell, fucking no." And I took a zero for it. I took an F because I refused to do it. And I was like, "This shit ain't mandatory. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing that shit, and I ain't dissecting nothing. You ain't getting me do that shit. No, no. I'm not no fucking biologist. How you gonna make me do that shit in school and that's nothing to do with me? That's not what I want to be. You should have courses. Now they have courses especially for what you really want. Back then they made you do that shit. And I was like, no, no. I'm not dissecting shit. You ain't getting me to do that. That's why when I left school, my average for biology was 12%. And when I got the exam, you know what I did? I took the pen and I wrote Mark, the date, and if there was multiple choice on there, I just went and I got a 12%, and I fucking went, put my head down, I went to sleep because I knew I weren't coming back to school anyway. And I said, you ain't making me do no dumbass class that makes no damn sense. That's one subject I can honestly say is worthless to me. Now, if you need it for your life, fine. It's not worthless to you. Even history is like, to me, it's kind of like, and social studies is kind of worthless because who really knows those things are really true? That shit happened so long ago. Why don't you talk? If you want to teach history, teach what happened 10 years ago or 20 years ago. Who fuck cares what happened 100, 300, 400,000 years ago? I don't give a shit about that. What's that going to benefit me in life? Knowing history benefits what? Come on, man. I don't need to know none of that shit. Who cares? The only thing you really need to know is like, how to read and write, how to add and subtract and multiply and divide. And that's pretty much it. What the hell else you need? Biology and science and social studies and history for what? Not me. I don't see why that's such a big deal. But hey, whatever. I have my views on what school should be and should not be. And when you reach high school, I feel like you should have a choice. I think now they have a choice because my nephews say that they choose what they want to learn. I think they said that like there's some classes where they take and stuff, so you don't have to do certain things. I wish that was like that in my time. I probably would have graduated. I probably would have loved school. But I think that here at my nephew's school, they have the Alberta curriculum or whatever it's called. It's from Alberta, Canada. I think that's what my old school has, but not when I was there. We had the nun curriculum. Bunch of nuns teaching you bullshit. That's why I left school. I couldn't handle it no more. I agree, Dan, and that's what they should have done with me. And in my day, like you should teach. If I say I want to be an electrician and I want to go, I want you to prepare me now for college to be an electrician. So what does an electrician need to know? Okay, well, put me in these classes. When I go to college, if I do go, you know what? What am I gonna deal with? But no, they won't, because they're full of shit, and they just make you do all this bullshit that don't make no sense. You're learning things that you're never going to use in life, and that's why I'm totally against what the schools do in this day and age. But back in our day, you didn't have a choice. You just had to shut the fuck up and go to school. And they would say to me, "Oh well, if you don't graduate, you're not gonna be nothing in life. If you don't get a GED or diploma, you're gonna be nothing in life. If you don't go to college, you're gonna be a loser. You're not gonna make no money." All right. Well, how did that work out for you? You tell that to a lot of people. It's all like a trick that they do. You have to do this, you have to do that. If you don't do this, you're not gonna be that. If you do this, then you're not gonna. That's why all these student loans out there for and all these teenagers and young adults have college tuition to pay for the rest of their life, college debt. Then when you come out of college and you get a decent job, you're there paying off the school you have for the past 4 years. Excuse me. I know so many people like that. And if you don't get a scholarship, you're pretty much fucked. Because then you got to pay for it all out of your own pocket. Now we know who one of the people that were lurking. See, Fiona, she comes out of nowhere. She's like a ninja. Here I am. Hey, Fiona, how you doing? Yeah, exactly. See what I mean? That's crazy, Dan. That's a lot of money. And if you go to private school before you go to college, you're already paying 20 grand a year. So who the fuck's got that type of money? Well, at least you admit it, you know? Mm. And when I was yeah, when I was in ninth grade, I think that's when we started dissecting bullshit in biology. But we had English skills or literature where you read stuff, you would see how your reading skills are. Everybody would read a paragraph, blah blah blah, write things down. My teacher, she was a joke. She always like would write things down on the blackboard and then we'd have to copy it down. It was like it made no sense. That was one of the worst teachers I ever had. And I told my nephews that one of the courses that I took in high school before I left was typing, and I'm glad I did. We had typewriters back then, and they were like, "What the hell is a typewriter?" I said, "Yeah, a typewriter. You used to type all like when you type the letter. it had like ink on these letters, and you would like press the button and you type a letter. But now you guys have iPads and iPods and computers, laptops. But the year I left school was 1994. That's when I left. And they finally got a computer room in my last year, IBM computers. And it was like the big ass bulky box computer, and it had like the keyboard, and the screen was blue and the letters were white, and that was it. That was probably like my first computer I ever touched was in school when I was in 1994. And then my sister, and she graduated like about a couple years before me, and we had a computer at home. What's up, Mikey? You good? Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Mikey said, "Is that us dance?" Yeah, plumbers do make good money. So do electricians, and so do construction people. Sometimes they make more money than a person that works in the office. They can do. Yeah, floppy disks, all that type of shit. Yeah. So yeah, that's like when I left school, that was like when they had those computers. And then that's pretty much like what school was like when I left. But I took the computer class when I reached grade 10 in my like before I left. They gave you a choice. Like instead of learning French or Spanish, you can go and do computer classes, because a lot of people like Portuguese people like me, we don't want to learn no French or Spanish. We could care less. What we want to do is I wanted to go on a computer. So I took computer courses instead of taking French and Spanish. When I was in grade 9, I took French, and that didn't last very long. I didn't like it at all. Because it's way different from Portuguese. And I didn't want to learn Spanish because Spanish is almost like Portuguese. So I don't want to get confused. So I said, look, next year I don't want to take no French, no Spanish. I want to just do computer courses. And I said, yep. And I took the typing course. So that way I knew, like, I would learn how to type, and then also use the typing skills for the computer. So I had a brain. And I left school. I dropped out when I was 17. I didn't. I just my major was major getting the fuck out of there. It was a major pain in the ass. That's what I was, a major pain in the ass. I declared, get the hell out of there as soon as you can, Mark. And you know what the principal said to me? She goes, "You're never gonna make it in life without a diploma and a college degree. You're nothing." And I was like, "You can talk to this door." When I slam it in your face, I went bang. I slammed the door. I was like, "This bitch has some nerve talking about I'm not gonna make it in life." Bitch, I got a job when I leave here right now. What the hell are you talking about? Stupid ass nun. She's in hell right now, probably. She disrespected a lot of children back then, including me. Yep. I'll never forget that. She said, "You're not gonna make it in life." She stood up and looked at me. "You're not gonna make it anywhere in life. You're not gonna do it." Da, 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 da." I was like, "You're making a big mistake." I said, "No, I'm making a mistake staying here. You got me dissecting fucking cats and fucking frogs and stupid ass starfish. What the fuck I look like to you, a veterinarian? I was like, this is bullshit. Oh, it's a part of your high school. And I said, what the fuck's that gonna do for me? I told her, what is it gonna do for me in my life? Nothing. That's bullshit. I said, this whole school is a joke. You only cater to women you hate, man. You don't give a shit about us. I told her right to her face. I grew balls that day, and I told her about herself. I said, you're Catholic. You see me every week at church as an altar boy, and you want to sit here and teach us religion, right? And then you show us all these bullshit videos, and then you know it's this like even learning religion for what? Like this don't make no sense. Everything, all these classes are just a joke. So she got so pissed at me, and I said, "Look, I'm leaving." Oh, does your parents know you're leaving school? I said, I'm doing my parents a favor because they ain't gotta pay for tuition no more. Goodbye. And I'll never forget, I slammed that door right in her face. And she's like, "You better come back here right now." I said, I can because I'm leaving. It's my last day of school. Bye. Bye, Hope. And then she saw me at church that Sunday, and she turned her face and didn't speak to me ever again. I was like, fuck you, bitch. Tell me I'm not going to be nothing in life. Who the hell are you to tell me that? You must be nuts, woman. Look at me now while you're in hell. That's why I hated school. Can't stand it. They made me hate school. There's nuns. We had two principal nuns. We had two principal teachers. I mean, two nun teachers. I had one in grade six. She was horrendous, and the other one she was okay, but she didn't really. She taught high school, but when I got high school, she had retired because she was so old. She started to smell. But I know all of them are in hell. They ain't going to heaven. Or because they're a nun, that don't mean that they're in spirit. That does the all of them are in hell where they belong. Because they did a lot of stupid shit to people in school. They treated all those people like shit. And I knew for a fact because I was one of them. So, and if you were a boy, oh boy, you were outnumbered. They would always make you feel like you're a piece of shit. That's why I told my parents I don't want to go to school. I don't want to be in this school. I want to go to my neighborhood school with all my friends. And they were like, "No way, you're not gonna go there." Nah. I was like, "All right, you'll see." And see that my oldest sister, she's a school teacher, and she's been a school teacher for 25 years. She's older than me. She's like 54, I believe, and she got a master's and bachelor's degree. Right, she went to college for like 6 years, and when she was like 26, she got married, and she's been like teaching for 20 something years now. And she always told me, "Oh, you're smart. You should have stayed in school. You had good grades, and you should have done summer school and went and graduated." 'Cause she told me the same thing. "Oh, without graduating, you're not gonna be nothing, and if you don't go to college, you're not gonna get a good job." And blah 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 blah. I had to listen to her run her mouth. And then when I got my business and I started my business, she was devastated. She must be like, "This is bullshit. I had to go to college and be a teacher and work my ass off for what I have. And now Mark, he's a high school dropout. And everybody says he's a great electrician and a great businessman." No, I was wrong. That's how she is. I never forget she went to a party where my main clients were at. And they said, "Oh, you're Mark's sister?" "Oh yeah, he says you were a school teacher." "Oh, Mark is the best. He takes care of all my houses. He's the best electrician. He's such a good man." No, 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 no. And she didn't say one word. My client said she didn't even say anything about you. I said, yeah, because she's a jealous bitch. What do you expect? She thinks that you have to graduate and you have to go to college to be something in life. Whoever tell you that's lying to you. You don't have to. And I'm not against anybody who goes to college and graduates. And hey, I'm all for it. That's what you want. Power to you. Congratulations. But to me, I didn't have to. That's it. So leave me alone. Don't tell me I'm not gonna make it. That's gonna make me want to make it. Yep. You want to hear another true story? Uh, my sister, the school teacher, when she before she got married, she had to go to the priest at the church. There was a man named Father Frank. He was a drip, right? But he was cool though. God rest his soul. Um, he interviewed my sister and her husband before they got married. And he's like, what do you want to do, this and that. And he said to my sister, what do you do for a living? She says, I'm a school teacher. Oh, nice. He looks at him. What do you do for a living? Oh, I fix air conditioners. Did you graduate? Not really, but I got a DG, GED, right? And then he says, "Oh well, your soon to be wife has a really good job and has education. You know, this might hinder your marriage in the future when she makes way more money than you and has a better job than you." This is what the priest told them. So my sister was so pissed at the priest that she didn't even want to get married in that church because he pretty much said like, um, you know, if you if you marry this guy, he's gonna have a shitty ass job fixing ACs for the rest of his life, and you're gonna be this school teacher that makes thousands of dollars, so it might not work out. You might be fed up with him. Indirectly, that's what the priest said, which is disgusting and stupid at the same time, right? Because if he was a man of God, he would never say that to those people, right? Because marriage has nothing to do with what you do for a living. Marriage has to do with how much you love the person and what you would do for them, and trust and all that. It's not about jobs and about what you do for a living. It can affect your marriage, yes, but it's not the end of the world. And they're still together. They've been together for 30 something years, you know? So he was wrong about that. So that's why you never really listen to people that say you can't do this and you can't do that because they don't know. That's why I don't listen to nobody who says shit like that. I just live my life. You can say whatever you want. I don't care. Yeah, see, married for money. I always say I want to find some rich older lady in her 50s that's got pure money, and I ain't gotta work no more. All I do is give her a D and wash the dishes and make her food. And if that's all she wants, all she gotta do is pay for the bills, so I can live for free in her house. I'll take it. That'll be the perfect world, but that ain't gonna happen. Most women are looking for that. Most women want an older guy to pay all the bills, and she does absolutely nothing but lay on her back like a starfish. I'll give you everything. I'll give you coochie anytime you want. Just pay the bills. Put me on your insurance. Yes, baby, anything for you. Like, fuck you are. No, you won't. Better get your ass to work, sweetheart. 9 to 5. Make it happen. But it's all good. Marky turned out all right. I turned out all right. God willing, I got what I've always wanted, and that was to have my own business and a good one. I would have never thought in a million years that I would be here doing psychic readings and things like that because I never used to believe in psychics. I thought it was all bullshit. And I thought that what I was seeing and hearing was bullshit. And even when I read people, I'm like, this person's gonna say I'm wrong and I'm a joke. And I'm gonna say fuck it. I was dreaming this shit. But it didn't work that way. I ended up believing in it more and it ends up being a big part of my life. So you never know how life's gonna be. Sometimes you can say, a couple years from now, I would never thought I'd be doing this now. So life changes, as long as it changes for the good. That's all that matters. As long as it's not changing for the worst. If you get changes in life, just make sure it's for the better. That's all. Yeah, that's the famous thing. Yeah, how about your social security check? And Tanya wants to get a man that has medical insurance and life insurance. See, everybody wants a specific thing if they get married to somebody. I always said if I wanted to have like a wish or something like that, uh, yeah, rub my Medicare. If I had a wish right now, I would wish to like be involved with a woman that had her own place. So that way, all I do is move in and help with the bills and help with like cooking and cleaning. I want to have a woman like that where I just live with her, or she can come live with me or whatever. Because I got my own apartment anyway. So if she had a house, I would be like fixing up her house and fixing up her coochie and shit and whatever not, and we'd be together and we'd be happy. All I really need is a woman with her own place and a nice job, and I'll be happy. So that way, don't think a woman's gonna be with me and not do shit. Hell no. You better do some work, sweetheart. It ain't a one-way street around here. I ain't rich. Yeah, I agree, Fiona. Dan can between Dan and I, we can write a book of jokes. Dan can be the author. I'll just give him some pointers. Give him some jokes. Hey, it's never too late. You can still do it. I always encourage everybody to do whatever's on your mind. Whatever you feel like doing, do it. I remember the day when I came on here for the first time. I was like, how the hell you go live? Oh, you got it. My friend was telling me, press this, press that, and go live. I was on my couch. I went live. I was like, hey, everybody, I'm here. Yeah, I got some cards here. I'll pull you some cards. I did free readings for like months. And everybody was telling me I was right and telling me this. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe this isn't bullshit. Maybe this is real. And here I am 6 years later. So you never know until you try. That's the saying that a lot of people say. You never know until you try. So if you try, you succeed, then it becomes a part of your life. And it can also pay your bills and it can also bring good people into your life, good friends, other people you can help and how they help you, and that's it. It's just the way it is. So don't give up. Whatever your dreams and desires and hopes are, go for it. Don't hold back, man. You're not in this long for too much. You're not in this world too much longer. So you gotta go all out. Do what you gotta do. Obviously, don't put yourself in debt and don't put yourself at risk and for anything bad. But just take a risk for something good. Try it. If it doesn't work, then it's not meant for you. You do something else. Do something else until you find the right thing. That's all. I worked many different jobs before I went on my own. And I'm glad I did because it prepared me to do multiple things, not just one thing. It's good to be multi-talented and be a multitasker and have you know, uh, a lot of knowledge about a lot of things. And now and forever, YouTube has been here teaching people. People teach you on YouTube how to do something. You know, that's why some women feel invincible now. They're like, I don't need a man. I'm gonna go on YouTube and learn from a man on how to fix this shit. But I'm gonna find a woman video on how to do it, because women can do it too. You know what? There's a lot of amazing women carpenters in this world. Women plumbers, women electricians, women construction people. There's a lot of women that do the jobs that men do, and they're all on the internet teaching you how to do shit. Because women are like, fuck this guy, I'm gonna do it myself. And hey, I praise those women who do that. Good for you. I wish a lot more women were like that and would take the initiative to do things that a man does, or do things themselves, or fix something themselves. That's nice. But if you don't, it's cool. I'll fix it. All you gotta do is, if I fix things around the house, you gotta give me a sexual favor. That's all I ask. It's not much. At least you get something out of it too. You get something fixed and get your coochie fixed. You see? Well, that's the perfect couple, Dan. If you and the wife or you and your girlfriend can do things together, then that's even better, because I'm the type of guy, if my woman said to me, "Oh, Mark, I don't know how to paint. You said you're going to paint this room today, but I want to help you. Can you teach me?" I'll be like, "Sure, I'll help you. I'll teach you. I'll take the time out to teach you how to paint. Sure." I'm not gonna be like, "No, I ain't doing that fucking shit. That fucking man." I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna say, "Yeah, sure. You want to learn? Sure, I'll teach you." Or, "Hey, babe, look, when you're not here, if something happens to this, how can I fix it? Because you always do it." I'll be like, "Look, this is how you do it. Matter of fact, pull your phone out and record me, so that way if I'm not here, and you have the tutorial video here of how to do it when I'm not around. And if you forget, you have the video." You're so smart, babe. I love you. Yes, I love you too, baby, when you sleep. And that's it. I agree, Dan. I wish that's the perfect relationship, when you and your woman can do things together. And you know what? She could teach me things too. She might be able to teach me how to make tamales or something, because I don't know how to make them, but I wish I did. She can probably teach me how to make certain things a better way, or she has a better method of doing something. Sure, I'll learn from her. She can learn from me. It's not gonna be a one-way street. We can learn from each other. Sure, I'm all for that. But you know, I had to add that in there. That's for the ones who want it done. Okay, if you don't want your coochie fixed, then that's okay. You can find other methods, other ways of dealing with the indirect payments. It would be right if I didn't say that word at least 10 times in one life. All right. It's 12:35 here. I need to go get my ass to sleep. I gotta go do a job at 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow at my friend's condo. I gotta fix some stuff. So I gotta get up. I already have everything ready to put in the van tomorrow. I got everything ready to go. So all I gotta do is wake up, get my breakfast, get changed, put everything in the van, and I'm gone. So I'll probably be on here in the after lunch, like maybe 1:30, 2 o'clock my time. So I'm probably gonna be there from like 10 to 12 maybe, depending on what it is, depending on how much time I have to spend there, but it shouldn't be that much. I gotta fix some cracks and do some bullshit. Well, ain't much. It's like a 2 hour job I gotta do tomorrow. And I'll be here in the afternoon. Yeah, I'll be good. It's not that bad. I've worked at this place a couple times before. It's just like what happened was the place got struck by lightning, and it was like probably like 2 months ago when we had that big ass lightning storm. The lightning struck the chimney, completely exploded the chimney into pieces. They fixed the roof where the chimney was, and then it went through the inside, so I have to fix the inside now. It's like a couple cracks here and there. It's nothing serious. Some spackle and paint it afterwards and shit like that. Ain't nothing serious. And just figure out some electrical outlet he wants me to check. So it's like, a couple hours or whatever. Anyway, good night, everybody. Take care. It was good talking to you guys, even the people that didn't talk at all. Thanks for being here and spying and checking us out and lurking and just listening. Yeah. All right, good night. You guys take care. I'll be here tomorrow around like between 1 and 2, something like that.